I don't think I can hold it back any longer. Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Now we've been here before for both an organization and a kitchen makeover, which you guys loved those videos, but I thought it was time to do a little bit of a kitchen decor refresh as well as some reorganization. Let me show you some footage of what it looks like in these cabinets because it's not pretty. I did some basic organization about a year and a half ago, I think, and that worked for a little while, but I definitely need something more. So we're gonna tackle the organization first before we do some of the little pretty touches throughout the room here. And I'm very excited to say that I am partnering with Caraway for today's video. They are going to help me transform my cabinet full of my pots and pans into something a little less chaotic. And I will show you that and tell you a little bit more about them later in the video. Now, what I want to start with in the kitchen is editing down and paring down some of the items that I have, some of the cookware, things like that. That's mostly because, you know, the food storage, the pantry storage hasn't really been the issue. It's more of the things like my baking dishes, bowls, cups, mugs, things like that that are really just making this a very chaotic situation throughout the cabinets. And I purchased a couple really inexpensive items, so I thought I would share with you some of those tips, some of the things that I bought to really organize the space. So let's get started. I really wanted to start this by clearing out this cabinet that's above my sink. It's been very chaotic and it's kind of a place where I just store things that I don't know where else to put them. I know that there were things in here that I could take out, get rid of, especially these coffee mugs and other drinkware. I have such a giant collection of those. And so I was able to just kind of sort through them, make decisions on which ones I wanted to keep, which ones I wanted to donate. And boy, what a relief it was to feel like I was able to clear out quite a bit from this cabinet. And when I put everything back in, it just felt like I had such a better organizational system. It looked way better than what I started with. Next up, let's tackle these cabinets. Now, the food definitely needs a little bit of organization in here. However, like I said, my focus is all of the drinkware, the random bottles, things like that that really don't have a home right now. I'm gonna clear everything out once again, sort through it, and then I have a little bit of an organizational aid tool item that will help me put all of this back together. It's all just collapsing down. Ew. It's sticky up there. I picked up this expandable bottle organizer off of Amazon. I liked that it was a little bit customizable for the space. You could pick the shelf height, you could pick how wide it goes, and I want to put this up in this top cabinet here. Actually, I might put it in this one. I'm going to use that to help me store all of these travel mugs and water bottles that I have collected. We did it! Oh, finally. Can't believe that fit right there. The rest of this cabinet really didn't need much of other organization, but I did tidy it up and make it just look a little bit neater, just so the whole kitchen kind of felt refreshed and not just the problem areas. Big surprise, another travel mug. Oh, I don't even need that anymore because the glass broke. Christmas cookies. Heavy. There's a reason that I didn't show this cabinet in the B-roll. I don't think I can hold it any longer. In all seriousness, this cabinet and trying to keep it organized has been a major headache. Just everything always is falling out. It's been impossible to stack all the pots and pans. So that is where today's video partner, Caraway, comes in. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them. To the dining room. This is my big box sent to me by Caraway. They sent me one of their cookware sets and I wanted to do an unboxing on camera so I could give you my first impressions. And when I tell you I'm excited, I am very excited to see this. I have seen Caraway pots and pans on Instagram and other people have had them and I've always wanted them for myself, so I am very excited. Look at these! They are so much prettier than I thought they would be in person. This is a Caraway pan. They sent me this 4-piece cookware set and I went with the colorway in cream because that felt very timeless to me, but they have so many other colors to choose from. Now, one of the best parts of this set is that it comes with cookware organizers, and these really helped me transform my cabinet from that tumbling tower you just saw to a place that my pots and pans are so much more accessible. And it also came with this lid holder, which is removable and renter friendly too. But the real reason I'm making the switch to Caraway is because I have been searching for a better alternative to my traditional non-stick cookware just because of how harmful it can be. Caraway pots and pans are made without those chemicals and without those materials, and they are 100% non-toxic ceramic coated. Now, as I was cooking with these, I am so impressed with how non-stick these pans are, and I even used less oil than I would use with my other pans, and they also had very easy cleanup, which that is a big thing for me. Not to mention that this is the most aesthetic cookware that I have ever seen. And if you want to try Caraway for yourself, I have a special discount code for 10% off site-wide, and you can find the link and more info in my description box. I recommend Caraway cookware for anyone ready to make the investment into healthier and easier cooking. These little pantry containers are some of my favorites. I got them off of Amazon and I'll be sure to link them below. They are perfect for pasta and other types of dry goods. This is another Amazon find. It is a shelf hanger. I figured this would add a little extra organization in my pantry cabinet since I don't have a real pantry. So I'm gonna put this in the cabinet and I'm gonna use this to hold some of my little sides and things so that I know what I have when I'm making a meal. One of the things I run into with this drawer is oftentimes the little compartments in here, they want to move forward and it's incredibly annoying. So I'm going to start taking everything out and I think I have a better idea for organizing this. The product I picked up is an expandable silverware organizer. I think this is going to be exactly what I need to solve this drawer disaster. It's a perfect fit. You couldn't ask for anything better. And I just felt like this time lapse was super satisfying, seeing all the utensils and various things make it into their new designated spot. I feel like I will be working with this and moving things around as I live with it, but this was a great start. Now, under the sink, I also picked up this 2-tiered shelf off of Amazon. It almost didn't fit under the sink because of the pipe, so I highly recommend you measure in your space to make sure this would fit. But I love that it has this drawer feature to organize my cleaning supplies and then some of these smaller under the sink items on top. I was also able to stash away my sponges and my bottle brush. So this was really something that I needed to help my under the sink area be a little bit more accessible. And with all of those organizational items and systems in place, here is the reveal of the before and after of each of my cabinets. I think the difference is amazing. I just can't believe how this has turned out. Now, here is just the first half of the video. There is so much more in store, so make sure you don't click away just yet, because I am now going to make some changes in the space to really refresh my kitchen. We're on to the second day of this little kitchen refresh reorganization. All of the cabinets have been completely reorganized and they look great. I also cooked dinner last night and it was just so much more convenient. I can't even explain how much happier I feel right now that that has been taken care of. But today is the fun day where I want to do a couple decor swaps around the kitchen. For the most part, I like everything that I have in here. I like the faux wallpaper, or the faux subway tile, I should say. I like the rug in the space, and just kind of the overall feeling and color palette too, but there's just a couple things that I want to switch around just for a new feeling and kind of a nice little refresh. I do want to start with the coffee station that is over here. Originally, I had my toaster here. I have acquired a Keurig since then, and one of the problems I've run into with this is I have a very large collection of travel mugs, as you probably saw, and if I take one of my taller ones like this, it just does not fit underneath the Keurig. So I want to add a little bit of height to this coffee station with a DIY. Now I made this a little bit before today, so let me pass you off to the voiceover to show you what I created for this space. This is such an easy DIY. I got a 1x6 board from Lowe's and I cut it down to 19 inches. I measured the section of the counter where I wanted to put that, and so 19 was the number, but you can make this to any size that you want or need for your space. Now, I don't have any clamps big enough to hold this whole thing together, so I used painter's tape to create a hinge and then used some wood glue to fill in that little gap right there, and pressed it together and used a little bit more painter's tape to hold everything in place, make it nice and secure until that wood glue dried. Then a very crucial step is to sand your entire larger board that you created. One, it gets rid of all the excess wood glue, it smooths out any rough edges, and I really wanted to round out the corners and all of the edges so this had a very professional look. To create the riser portion of this kind of tray coffee station I'm building, I picked up these little candle cups from Hobby Lobby. They sell them in 3 different sizes and also a couple other different shapes. And I used some wood glue and some clamps to attach those to the board. And once again, I let the wood glue dry completely. We're almost done here. Now it's to add your personal touch, and I am using my favorite wood stain of all time. And if you know what it is, then you know it is Early American by Minwax. It just has the tones that I love and I knew would fit perfectly in this space. So I added that all over the entire board. I even put the stain on the bottom just for a very finished look. And I just used a foam brush to apply it over this entire riser that I built right here. I wiped off any of the excess, and then I actually added a second coat of stain and let that sit on the board a little bit longer before getting rid of the excess there to deepen that color tone that this stain creates. Now, after several hours went by and that wood stain was really dry, I then gave the entire riser 2 coats of satin polyacrylic finish. I am so happy with how this DIY turned out. I can already tell it's gonna make a huge difference in this space. So now let's put everything in its proper place and see if it adds that functionality that I'm looking for. One of the things with this kitchen is I really only have one major area for food prep, and I like to keep my paper towels out where they're accessible. However, this is taking up quite a big amount of space on my countertop. So I picked up this product off of Amazon. It is an under the cabinet paper towel holder, and I actually learned about it from one of my friends, Hunter with Hunter's Designs. She has a YouTube channel and her Instagram is fantastic. And I think this is a great renter-friendly solution because this adhesive that comes on here is completely removable. So we're gonna peel that off and just stick it right underneath the cabinet, and I'll have this new, much more convenient, out of the way paper towel holder. One of the easiest and probably most affordable ways to make a change in your space without doing a whole lot is swapping out your artwork. I picked out some prints that I want to replace in these frames on the wall here, so I'm going to remove them and I'm going to put them in the frames. I picked up these prints off of Etsy, and I'll be sure to link the shop in my description box. If you've been enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a like. That is the best way to signal to YouTube that you are enjoying this, and it shares it to more and more people. And it also lets me know that you want to see more space and room makeovers and refreshes just like this one. Now that you've done that, it's on to my favorite part in the video, which is all of the finishing touches. This was such a simple swap, but I took this large wire basket that was on top of my fridge and I switched it out for a smaller wire basket. I found since I started storing my toaster on top of the fridge, it's really the only place I have to put it with my small kitchen, that a smaller basket was just much more convenient, and I was able to store away some of my other dry goods in these mason jars, and I styled it up with a really cute vase and this faux fern. And then after that, I just put in the other little touches that complete the space. What do you think of this mini transformation? I know it's just a couple small changes, but I want to know in the comments what you think compared to my original kitchen makeover, to the couple different things that I did throughout this space. Don't forget to check out the description box so that you can get a discount off of your own set of Caraway cookware. I definitely suggest you check out the original kitchen makeover in the space so you can see the full transformation from what we started with originally. And also you might enjoy the other video that you see on the screen here too. Thanks so much for watching, stay crafty, and I'll see you next time. Bye!